I knew I was gonna have to make this video at some point. Every time I do one of these top 10 videos, I always close them off by asking you guys who you want me to do next, and every single time, by far, the most requested artist is Florida Georgia Line. But I mean, I get why. I mean, they're one of the best-selling acts in country music history. They've got some of the biggest hits of the last decade. They've reached new levels of exposure and fame thanks to their collaborations out of the genre with people like BB Rexa, Jason Derulo, the Backstreet Boys, etc. Nelly, I mean, the list goes on. But for as much numerical success the duo received during their time together, it came along with quite a bit of criticism. Obviously, they were the leaders of bro country, which is by far one of the most frowned upon eras in recent country music history. Their unapologetic fusions of trap and house music made them a big target for old souls who felt like they were ruining the genre of country music. But moreover, it was their unapologetic fusions of trash into their music, like their whole last record, that made them a decent-sized target for us, the fans. Gosh, that album does suck, though. Like, it's impressively bad. I never hated Florida Georgia Line as much as I just didn't really care for them. I wasn't rioting the streets for their execution because they popularized tailgate party anthems, but you also weren't gonna find me blasting This Is How We Roll every time I got in the vehicle. All jokes aside though, in comparison to other artists, I've just never really clicked with Florida Georgia Line. Their party-driven sound has never really been my go-to. However, they've still put out some songs over the years that have stuck with me, and that's exactly what today's video is about. You guys have been asking for it, so here it is. This is my top 10 Florida Georgia Line songs. As always with these list videos, it is just my opinion. If your favorite song isn't on here, I didn't mean it as a personal attack on everything you've ever stood for, I just evidently don't like that song. Be sure to let me know your favorites in the comments below, and without further ado, let's hop right in, and kicking off my list at number 10, it's a certified boot stomper. It's their 2019 single, Simple. I really like this song. I remember when it first came out, I was almost thrown off in a good way. Beyond being more of a traditional heavy blend of pop country than anything from their previous album, Dig Your Roots, Simple really just stood out as unique. It had this clap-driven sound, but not those droning synthetic clap loops that dominated their 2016 album. It was these natural, jovial claps that added a lot of fun to the track, similar to what John Party often does with songs like Heartache on the Dance Floor. The whole song just had this one-of-a-kind hoedown vibe that was accented perfectly by the promotional images and the music video. It was actually written by Hardy, and it is absolutely littered with some nifty little wordplay and fun rhyme schemes. It's super fun to sing along to and is a great way to start off this list. Next up at number 9 is actually one from their 2016 Dig Your Roots album I was just dissing. It's Grow Old. But end up right where we were meant to be. As I was making this list, I noticed quite a trend. Throughout FGL's discography, the songs I tend to cling to the most are generally their cuts about growing up, the passing of time, maturing with age, etc. And I think that's because amidst their often chaotic style, their songs about growth and aging are often paired with a much lighter instrumental that makes them stick out for the better. And there is no better example of that than Grow Old. It's a pretty standard but heartfelt song, with Tyler asking this girl, will you grow old with me? And the rest of the song is anticipating the ups and downs, envisioning what their future could look like, and when you pair Tyler's very emotional delivery with an equally cared for instrumental, you wind up with a pretty good song. Next up, number 8 might be a curveball, but if you've seen my Guilty Pleasures video, I'm sure you've been waiting for this one's inevitable appearance on this list. It's Sittin' Pretty. We got all damn day to do it all way, like an Sittin' Pretty is a deep cut from their 2019 record, Can't Say I Ain't Country, that although being a very run-of-the-mill beach pop song, I couldn't stop coming back to. It's a rare solo performance from Brian Kelly, and in hindsight, seeing Brian's post-FGL career, the song begins to make a lot more sense. Something about how open the chords are, there's a lot of major sevenths in there, the way the chorus floats from one line to another, it all just works for me. It's by far one of my more rogue picks. I doubt you'd see it on many Florida Georgia Line lists, but it's here on mine at the number 8 spot. Next up, lucky number 7 is one I'm sure a lot of you are waiting for. By far one of the more beloved cuts from the early FGL days. Yes, it is Stay. But if I told you I loved you, would it make you wanna stay? I've never been as obsessed with Stay as some folks, but to say that the chorus doesn't slap would be lying in its most blatant form. I don't even have much to say. On paper, I don't think there's anything especially remarkable about the song, but that chorus just scratches that longing, heart-aching itch. Coming in at number 6 is another certified classic, another one of their well-performing singles from a few years back. It's their collaboration with Tim McGraw and Mayweal. Ever since I heard this song for the first time way back in the day, Mayweal has just stuck out as one of my favorite FGL songs. It's not a new sentiment, it's just Tim, Tyler, and Brian wishing everyone could experience a rural upbringing and everything that comes along with it. I think it's just really well executed from front to back. In the transitions, you've got this beautiful, almost eerie slide line. I mean, for as uplifting and motivational as this song is, it's almost got these haunting, dark undertones in the production that really help contrast it and make it a little more interesting. I've also always adored the music video for this song. It was one of the first country music videos I truly enjoyed watching, and similar to how I felt about the new Ben Burgess track, Tears the Size of Texas, good visuals can really positively affect how someone remembers a song. It just helps give it a whole nother dimension, people gain a new appreciation for it, and it just makes everything about the release feel much more orchestrated and mapped out. And if you haven't seen the music video for Mayweal, check it out because I think it is absolutely perfect. You know where we're at now. We've officially reached the halfway point of this list. We're also going to be digging a little deeper into the album cuts, and taking my number 5 spot is a sleeper of a love song. Told you. I'll be standing there, girl, when you... I've always been a very vocal supporter of Florida Georgia Line's 2019 album Can't Say I Ain't Country. Sure, it's still home to monstrosities like Swerve, but from front to back, it remains easily my favorite Florida Georgia Line album, and it's songs like Told You that are responsible for my appreciation. Florida Georgia Line are no stranger to straightforward love songs, but in my opinion, Told You is easily one of the most likable. It's a nice mid-tempo romantic cut that has a nice groove to it thanks to those awesome natural drums keeping rhythm throughout. I also just find the catch of the song so much more charming than some of their sexier ballads like Talk You Out of It. I like how the entire song is a foreshadowed, anticipated I told you so moment. From the moment they met, Tyler has been telling this girl that they're going to be together for the rest of time. He's saying how he's going to love her with everything he possibly has, and although he can tell this girl isn't fully convinced, he just ends it all by saying, I do what I say, and I say what I mean, and one day we'll look back, and girl, I'm gonna say that I told you. It's clever, charming, sonically pleasing, and well-deserving of my number 5 spot. Runner-up to the podium, the number 4 spot is another love song. Same album, but very different vibe. Yes, it is Speed of Love. Feels like we fly down the highway, spinning out sideways. I vividly remember how caught off guard I was when I heard this song for the first time, especially as time passed. Alongside rock-inspired party anthems, Florida Georgia Line notoriously began introducing more pop into their sound. I mean, heck, the song before Speed of Love on the Can't Say I Ain't Country tracklist is their number 1 hit, Talk You Out of It. But then out of nowhere, they just dropped this fast-tempoed, energetic, traditional country love jam that almost feels stolen from early Brad Paisley. The guitar licks on this thing are so infectious. Unlike Beer 30, the spoken word verses are absolutely perfect for the vibe, and just the percussion, the drive, it's just bursting at the seams with fun, traditional, instrumental country energy. You've got the steel and electric going back and forth in the bridge, and it's just a good time. And you know, if you're gonna call your album Can't Say I Ain't Country, Speed of Love is exactly the type of heat you need to back that claim up with. Ooh, your boy's got a crack back. And just like that, we are at the top 3, my Florida Georgia Line podium, but if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you'll know we can't advance to the top 3 until I give a shout-out to some honorable mentions. For as shallow as Cruise is, I feel like I have to shout it out simply for how iconic it is, and I mean, in the right environment, there's not many better songs to scream along to. Despite all the crap I've given it so far in this video, Talk You Out of It has always been a guilty pleasure of mine. For as bland as I will admit it is, something about it just keeps me coming back more than I feel comfortable admitting, because I don't even like the song. I would call it a mediocre/bad song. Yet for some reason, every now and then it just scratches that itch like not many other songs can. Staying on that album, Colorado stands out as another one of their funnier cuts. Really, this honorable mentions list is just guilty pleasures, but before we hop back onto the real list, I've got Wish You Were On It, which is this weird trap country pop rock blend that really embodies the mess of sounds that their Dig Your Roots album was. But again, for some reason, I just have a soft spot for this song. I think the awkward pauses and movements in the chorus really help it stay fresh and unpredictable. It's not one I go back too much, but I figured it at least deserved a brief shout out as an honorable mention. And with that, we can step onto the podium, the bronze medal, my 3rd favorite Florida Georgia Line song of all time. It's another one from Can't Say I Ain't Country. I told you I like this album. It's the widely beloved ballad, Blessings. Blessings is yet another simple Florida Georgia Line love ballad, but you just can't go wrong with it. The guitars are picked so softly, and those beautiful cymbals just add some sparkle. There's also some really subtle implementations of the steel accompanied by the organ that just make it sound that much more fresh. And I do really love the sentiment that if you just pause for a moment and look around, it's not that hard to count your blessings. And I think the reason it works so well is because of how pretty and well done the instrumental is. I mean, Russell Dickerson could take these exact lyrics, but the problem is he would sing it over some corny R&B pop instrumental with some really douchey delivery, so it's just gonna wind up sounding corny, but the way Blessings was put together feels so genuine and I really appreciate it. Also, one thing with the guitar, it's got like this, where's my good guitar? It's got this really cool F chord. I don't know what it's called. I think they got a capo on 4 here. And I just love it, and I'd never seen it until this song. It's like, you know, 1 open, 2 open, 1 open. Because it goes like. I like that chord. Get back on your stand. Anyways, as I said in the intro, I've never been head over heels for Florida Georgia Line, so although this is my top 10 favorite Florida Georgia Line songs, it's not like these are 10 of my favorite songs ever. I'm picking my preferred 10 from what I would call a pretty spotty discography, but these last 2 songs I've got on here are ones I truly adore. The first of those being the number 2 spot on my list, Dirt is just such an emotional tribute to one's home, all the memories made throughout your childhood, into your teenage years, and then as you get older and move away, you begin to realize for as great as the world is, it's home, it's that same dirt that you want to settle down on. And I just love how they use an object as simple as dirt for the centerpiece of this whole idea. I love the way the words flow in the chorus. The elm shade, red rust clay you grew up on, the plowed up ground that your dad damned his luck on. It just goes down so smooth, and again, similar to Stay, I think Tyler does an exceptional job on these emotional power ballads. It's not like he has a very reserved vocal style, especially in the early days. He was kind of just belting on just about everything. But when he gets the right melody, on the right instrumental, with the right words, it creates moments like Dirt, and I will forever love that song. But with all of that out of the way, it is time to move on to the number 1 spot on my list. My favorite Florida Georgia Line song of all time. It's one that I've come to learn not many people are even aware of. It's Brian Kelly's beautiful solo cut from Dig Your Roots, While He's Still Around.
So I'm gonna try to say it before I gotta pray it.
While He's Still Around is all about bracing for your father's death, knowing there's going to come a day where you can't see him anymore, and this song is all about Brian committing himself to doing everything he can and cherishing every moment while his dad is still around. The thought of losing parents is just such a haunting one because, like, everybody dies. Yet Brian finds a way to turn this heavy idea into such a beautiful song. It's all acoustic, led by some nice guitar picking and that signature mandolin line in the transitions, and the rest of the song is just Brian's solo vocal. Occasionally in the chorus he harmonizes with himself, but for the majority of the track he's just all alone, and I think it really adds to the intimacy of the song. The chorus is absolutely devastating and is only accentuated by the super minor melody, which sounds absolutely miserable. And it is by a landslide my favorite Florida Georgia Line song. Even when I first started going back through the discography to prepare for this video, I already knew it was going to be number 1 before I even started. Anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today. Be sure to let me know what your favorite Florida Georgia Line songs are in the comments down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and share this to a fellow Florida Georgia Line fan, see what they think of my list. If you enjoyed this video, a like really does help me out. As well, if you're new and like what you see, maybe consider subscribing for more country music content. Links to my Instagram, Discord, podcast, all that good stuff is down below in the description. Be sure to check those out. And yeah, I think I've said everything I needed to. So until next time, have a great day.